Hello, hi everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is Omsidi. This is a data science project list series of list. In that, today we are going to see about loan approval protection using machine learning algorithms. This is the project number 5. You have checked the remaining projects in the playlist. I will give the link in description also. Go through that. And this is a beginner. Up to now, I am doing the beginner projects. You can clearly understand how the algorithm is working, how to do the simple projects like that. For practicing purpose, you have all know how to do that. So today project is loan approval prediction. The dataset contains loan id, gender, married status, dependents. So based on this 13 columns, the bank can be approve the loan or not. So we need to protect the yes or no. The target variable is loan status. If the loan is approved, yes. If the loan is not approved, is no. So for this case, I am inputting some libraries for the project. Let's import that. Have some of time. It will take some time to load the data. What are the package python packages are there? So I'm using numpy, pandas, matplotlib, cbond and warnings. And here the data link, you can click the here. You can alternately go to the data link to the kaggle website platform. You can get the link and you can download here from here. Okay. And next, I'm reading the dataset from my local drive, like data equals to pd.read csv. I'm passing the data path of my local drive, and this is the csv file name. And I'm executing top 10. I'm executing top 5 rows. Here the loan id, we don't necessary about the loan id. And gender, age, marriage status, education, self-employed, application. These are the columns which are contained. And the data shape of the data is 614 rows and 13 columns. And let's execute that. 614 rows, 13 columns. And data dot info, what are the information contained in the data, like objective type, in float. So what are the things of columns, how the columns are, which type of data type columns are. And the next one is data shape. Here the data shape is size. The whole size of data size is 7982 files are contained in this data site. Let's find the description. How the mean, standard deviation, 25th tile, 50%, 70%, maximum value. So each and everything, by using the description method, describe method, we can easily identify the mean, standard deviation, median, 25%, 50, 75, maximum. So from this describe, we are using the data dot describe. We have get some applicant incoming, co-applicant incoming, loan amount term, credit history. So based on this, what are the maximum of the columns are getting. So next step, we need to find, is there any null values. So null values, for that case, data dot is null dot sum. So here the finding the is null. If there is a null, so sum together and give the output. So we have a gender is 13 null values, married 3 null values, dependence 15 null values, self amendment 32, loan amount 22, and loan amount term 14, credit history 15. So these are the things present in the null values on the data set. So to clean the data set, we need to use fill all the method. So fill the nan, fill ill. So I am filling the previous term. What are the in the data set, what it contain the previous row, it will be fill the null value. So like that, I am using this type of code, data dot fill nan method equals to fill ill in place of true. So before term is filled the after term, like that. And now find the, is there any value. So we have get the 0 and we get the null values. And next one, I'm, is there any dependent values. So data dot dependent is value count. So up to now we have seen the statistical implement of this data for this data set. Now let's move into that visualization types, how the visualization. So here the plot, count plot is visualized for the data marriage, loan status, if the based on the gender. So if the gender is who can approval for the marriage, loan status. So for executing, for this we can execute. Here the male is highly, loan status is yes. For male person only, the loan is accepted for the highest rate, nearly 245, approximately 345 members are approval for the loan. So like visualization purpose, we can see the marital states of the data. Loan status is highly heavy. A lot of members get the loan accepted only. And let's say let's see how the scatter plot look like loan id and a loan amount. So this is a scatter plot look for the loan id and loan amount. For each id, loan id, the amount is spread like this. And next we are preparing the pair plot, how much the pair of between the two variables. So the between the two variables, pairing of between the two but the relation between the two variables, by using the pair plot we can clearly understand about that. For example, here the applicant applicant income and loan amount. So here applicant intent or loan amount. Let's see how the pair plot is prepared here. So huge amount of things are dependent on loan amount and applicant income. So there is a lot of matching here. So here the lot of matching is the data heavily high. Dots are present in the closed way, so there is a highly dependent each other. So this variable applicant income and the loan amount is dependent each other. So by this pair plot we can understand like this also. And next using the block plot to find any null values. So previously I have done some of the things, and we have, so by visualizing we have easily find if there is a null values present in this. This is the dots are these dots are represented as a null values. These dots are represented for the null values. These dots are represented for the null values. And next I giving the histogram for each column histogram for the each column, and how the data is spread through the histograms. You can clearly understand here the histogram is so here the loan amount term is not in continuous data, it is in discrete data like and credit history also, one is 0 and one is this is also in discrete data. So let's see how much data types are spread over the data set. There is object, float and int. There is a 61.54 object data is contained in the data set, and 30.77% of float 64 data, and 7.69% of int data 64 data is contained in the data set. So let's find the relation between the loan amount term and loan amount term. So by using the bar plot. So bar plot represent how the amount, yeah, 12.0 is 102, there is 26.0 is equals to 115. So the bar plot can easily identify this relation between the loan amount and loan amount. So next we need move to, so after now we have done some of the visualization data purpose. And next for building a model we need to remove the unwanted columns which are present in the dataset, like the dependence, application, applicant loan, applicant and income, loan amount terms and credit history. So I am dropping each and every this unwanted columns. Let's execute. And data dot head we get the remaining column status, and next encoding the values. And like gender dummy, if I getting the dummy values, so there is a gender female and male. So gender female one column, and gender male one column, married no one column, married yes one column, education graduated one column, not education not graduated one column, self-employed. So like that we are encoding the getting the dummy variables for that. So next I'm dropping this one of the I'm dropping the some of the unwanted columns like gender female, married no, education graduated, self-employed no, property ruler and loan status no. These are the things I am dropping. And next execute this data one. I'm change the variable as data one. And I'm execute the data one dot head. I'm getting the data set, and I'm splitting the data set into independent variables and dependent variables. Here the x is the independent variables like gender male, marriage. These are the independent variables which we have taken through the dropping of the columns and columns. And where y equals to dependent, that is loan status y. So let's execute. And we get the x as in arrays and y is also in arrays. And now I'm going to do the train split test from the skn model selection input train test split. So extend y train and express y test I'm doing the test size is 2%, and that means 20%, 0.2%, and random study is 0. And I'm building the logistic regression model and fit the model and extend return, and I'm predicting the values. So now we have predicted the values, and we need to know how the accuracy are presented by the logistic regression. So let's understand about that and move into that what are the accuracy has predicted. So for this case, the logistic regression give a predictive output has 0.7%, so approximately not a very good output. So for this sake of dataset, we have not done well about the um, handling the missing values. So we need to handle the missing values very well, then our accuracy will definitely improve. So we have classification report here, prediction, recall, f1 score, support, so average values. So everything confusion matrix also is present, 132 387. This is a computer, so we can reduce this 87 by using adding the handling them much better in the null values. We get better accuracy. So if our accuracy is needed to 1, then our model is built very well. So this all about this video about loan approval protection by using this logistic regression. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Bye bye.